How long is too long? Neskantaga deserves more than just emergency responses. It's time that Thunder Bay, Ontario, and Canada all make a stand to reckon with the long-standing neglect of First Nations health and infrastructure. This is James of Net News Ledger. This is an editorial. When the images of families evacuated from Neskantaga First Nation arrived in Thunder Bay again this week, it was not just a wake-up call, it was a damning indictment of decades of federal and provincial inaction. The April 13, 2025 declaration of emergency, which was prompted by flooding that shut down the only nursing station in Neskantaga, feels tragically familiar. Over 150 residents, many of them children and elders, were evacuated to Thunder Bay, their lives once again uprooted by a failure, not of nature, but of governance. Neskantaga has lived under a boiled water advisory since 1995. That's nearly 30 years, a full generation of warnings. Don't drink from the tap. That, in Canada, one of the wealthiest nations in the world, that is unconscionable. So why is there a water crisis in Neskantaga? I've been up there several times to see what's going on. This isn't just an infrastructure issue, it's a human rights failure. Safe drinking water, access to health care, and clean, functioning public facilities should never, ever be a luxury in Canada. This latest crisis is not an isolated event. It is the predictable outcome of chronic underinvestment in First Nation infrastructure compounded by climate change and government inertia. The nursing station was flooded, but ask any resident of Neskantaga, this health crisis started long before the water rose. Now, for Thunder Bay. As evacuees settle temporarily in our city, Thunder Bay has a responsibility beyond providing shelter and care. We must help amplify their voices. Through our media, our institutions, and our residents, we must not look away when the headlines fade. We have to ask ourselves, how is it that in 2025, a community a mere 450 kilometers north of us still can't rely on clean water or adequate health care? It's a national shame, a national disgrace, and this is not just a Northern Ontario problem. It's a Canadian one. The Liberal government made a long-standing promise to end all boil water advisories by 2021, and that came and went, and Neskantaga still waits. It's not enough for federal and provincial officials to make their fly-in visits during emergencies. What's needed is a fundamental shift in how governments prioritize and support Indigenous communities. It's one thing to talk about getting access to the Ring of Fire, but it's not enough. Permanent, reliable infrastructure, sustainable funding, local training and local control and accountability, when those fail, have to be part of the plan. The water crisis in Canada's First Nation has not been a major issue during the 2025 campaign. It should be. Thunder Bay must stand in solidarity not only during evacuations, but in demanding real change. Because true reconciliation cannot be declared, it must be delivered. This is James Murray with Net News Ledger speaking to you from the Vault, our Net News Ledger studio here in Thunder Bay, Ontario.